This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by J3.
Tell him I'm a realist.
J3 is a realist and can say what the he wants on his channel.
Tell him to get ghosts.
If you don't like it, you can take this L and get ghosts.
Tell him to kiss my ass.
Little did you know, upon pushing the dislike button, you have just kissed his ass.
Tell him there's no room for weakness.
There is no room for whackness on J3 Entertainment, so if you fit the description, step off. Anything else?
Yeah, don't get teabagged. What's good, team? What's good, team? Your boy J3 is back in the building. I'm not on the picture yet. Hold on. Y'all can see me. Hold on. Boom! There we go. What's good, y'all? Unfortunately, I couldn't do this video live, but I still want to give you guys that live vibe. You guys already know the detail on that. My channel got flagged, so I can't do any live streams for about 3 months. Shout outs to YouTube and those trolls. We're gonna move forward though. DCEU dropped their movie slate for the next few years, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to give you guys my 2 cents about these films and how I feel about them moving forward, because I know everybody wants to know what JP thinks. Because I was at Comic-Con, I can answer it then, but I'm answering it now. So let's go ahead and get this video started, y'all. Where is it at? Let me see. No. Oh, here it is. Boom! We got 8 films, y'all. We got The Batman, Shazam, Green Lantern Corps, Batgirl, Suicide Squad 2, Wonder Woman 2, Flashpoint, Justice League Dark. So that's what we rolling with. So basically, we go full force with Batman, and I'm just gonna go down all the way to Justice League Dark. I'm gonna give my 2 cents about it and how I think this shit's gonna play out. So, with the success of Wonder Woman, DC said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I have to go on and give credit where credit's due. Jody Joe said, if Wonder Woman's successful, DC's gonna change their whole slate. Like, I'll say, you know, freak this, freak that movie, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna go ahead and move forward with this. This is what we're gonna come with. And it still looks similar, but there's a lot of things that have changed. So, before you had movies like Cyborg, I heard about Red Hood coming out. It was a Green Lantern. It was an official Flash film, stuff like that. But things are looking like they're changing. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I don't think this list is valid at all. I only think 5 of these movies will. I think 2 of these movies will not come out at all. Honestly, 2 of these movies won't come out at all, and I believe the other what is this? The other 6 will come out moving forward. But I think it's going to be 2 of them going to change, like seriously, because they're going to have to. But the success of Aquaman, they're going to change some things on that too. But let's go ahead. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about Aquaman. Well, Justice League. Justice League is coming out. They dropped the trailer, Comic-Con trailer footage, and I have to say it was very impressive. It was nice looking at it, seeing Steppenwolf. I wish they didn't show me him. Personally, I think they should have just kept him to the the waist until he comes out, so we can see what he looks like then in the movie. Because I think that would have been the climactic scene. Like, damn, Steppenwolf looks a beast. A lot of people are wondering at the end of that footage who was Alfred talking to. Some people say Superman, some people say Supergirl, Green Lantern. I heard Martian. You know what I mean? And I even put my 2 cents on that. I don't think it's Green Lantern because of the sound effect. It was really deep. Sound like something landed. Only a couple characters I know that land like that. Shazam's one of them, but I doubt Shazam will be in this movie. He needs to be in something because they need some flight. But Shazam's not a communicating type character where he'll be talking to Alfred like, I'm coming. That's more of a Martian Manhunter ordeal. And Orion. I think the new guys will show up in this film. It makes sense because when Apocalypse comes, Highfather has to come and because he watches over Earth. That's part of his sector or whatever. So it might be Orion or something like that. But Justice League looks okay. It's still a little shaky on it. There's some things I don't like about the film. But moving forward, Aquaman will be the next film. Aquaman looks dope. I can't wait to see that movie. I can't wait to see that underworld. It's going to be amazing. Now, let's get on to the new list. We already cleared out the 2 that's officially coming out. The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring your boy Ben Affleck. He's in this thing. So, of course I'm all for this movie. I am for this Batman movie, 100%. I need a Batman movie. And what I'm hearing about what Matt Reeves is talking, I'm listening. Matt Reeves is talking about having this type of universe where Batman's a detective, not just a martial artist. He has depth. He's doing things, and he's going to show us really Batman. Usually in Batman movies, you get one half of it. You get a detective part, and you don't get the fighting part. You get the fighting part, but you don't get the detective part. You get the villains, but you don't get Batman. This looks like a movie we're going to get all of that. We're going to get the villain to test Batman's detective skills, and a villain to test Batman's fighting skills. That's going to be dope. So I'm all for Batman. There's not much really I can say because I don't have too much information about the movie. But you guys watched my previous videos when I talked about, I put a full-length Batman universe, 4-length films that fit in Batman 100%, and it all works. And you can drop it all in the same year, and it'll be the most epic thing ever, because what Marvel's doing over there, they're making epicness. And DC needs to start doing some epic stuff. And doing a whole movie series within a year, that's epic. I ain't lying. Moving forward, Shazam. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a Shazam fan, guys. I've always liked Shazam. I like Shazam because what Shazam stands for. Shazam is the mighty mortal. Shazam is a little boy who turns into a hero. And the reason why I like that is because the same reason why I like Nightwing and Robin. Because as a kid, I couldn't be Batman and I couldn't be Superman. But it's nothing like knowing that you can be close to them heroes in the same field as them. That's why I love Nightwing so much. And then I like Captain Marvel because he's a boy who turns into a man of super abilities. And I think that shit's amazing, right? So I'm all for Shazam. But wait! The shit I'm hearing. I gotta say this. You guys know I hate saying stuff like this, but it's true. I was online actually today. And I went to a channel. I was looking at my thumbnails and stuff like that. And I seen a dude, Jay Ward. And he had the guy that I chose to be Captain Marvel on his thumbnail. I was like, okay, let me see what he's talking about. And I watched the video and I listened to what he said. He said, I've been pushing Alan Richardson for a while now, and I think he'd be a great Captain Marvel. I agree. The problem with that statement was, should have said I got that idea from J3. Go ahead and play that video.
I've been hearing a lot about the movie Shazam, aka Captain Marvel, and who should play these roles. And I keep hearing about The Rock playing Captain Marvel, and I'm like, no, I'm not feeling that. So all I really have is 2 members of the cast, maybe 3, but I feel who should be Captain Marvel should be Alan Richardson. You guys probably remember on Smallville when he played Aquaman. I think he'll be an excellent Captain Marvel. The Rock should be in the movie, but he should not be Captain Marvel. He should be Black Adam. I think The Rock has every bit of Black Adam down to the teeth except for the pointy ears. This man should be Black Adam. I want to see The Rock go against Superman. I want to see him go against Captain Marvel. I want to see him lay hands on Wonder Woman. This is The Rock's destiny to be Black Adam.
I said that shit years ago. When everybody was talking about Josh Brolin, everybody was talking about old boy from, you guys know he has that distinguished voice. He used to be on Seinfeld. I can't think of his name. He played the Tick. Everybody's talking about him, picking all these old actors to be Captain Marvel. And I say Alan Richardson would be the perfect Captain Marvel because he's a man boy. Niggas went and started talking about John Cena and shit like that. Let's go ahead and clear the air. I gave my video, that 1-minute video, I sent it to The Rock. And I know he got it. Because a year later, he was talking about The Rock talking to Alan Richardson. Out of all the actors in the world, you went after that dude. I just need my credit, y'all. Real spit. Now, moving forward. I had to say that because I was irritated. I was like, what the freak, man? Ain't nobody talk about this. I talk about that. I hate about me, J3 Entertainment, Jody's Corner. We out there spreading these words and everything, and people ain't really giving the credit like they need to, man. I had to say that. But Shazam, I'm for the movie. But what they're doing with the character, I am not for that. They're making Billy Batson a handicap. Billy Batson's not handicapped. That's Freddie Freeman. He's handicapped. He looks up to Captain Marvel. That's why he's Captain Marvel Jr. They already messing the story up. I'm all for The Rock not being in this movie. We don't need Black Adam. I prefer you build to a character. You want to kind of go with his subtle villains that establish the character so we can understand who he is. Because I was worried about The Rock being Black Adam at first because star power. You have an actor like, if you get someone like Alan Richardson coming in to play Captain Marvel, Shazam, going against someone like The Rock. The Rock's going to get all the shine, and no one's going to know who he is. And everybody will be like, I don't want to see him. I want to see The Rock. So it's kind of cool to see him gradually get there. So that's being said, I'm for the movie, but I don't like the way they're portraying Billy Batson. I think they need to get someone of the age of like 11 or 12 and try to get the actor that looks a little older in his age. Try to get an actor like 9 years old so we can get a Billy Batson story before he sprouts up. Because usually they get these young actors, they 12 and they do the movie. When the movie come out, you about 15. Now when you do part 2, you look 30. So I prefer to keep them young the whole time. I think that'd be great. Alan Richardson for Captain Marvel, of course. That's who I'm going for. As far as the villains, like I said, something very subtle. I'm for Shazam. I think it's gonna happen no matter what, but I'm all for that movie. I think we need something else that's not Superman to show Superman abilities. The Green Lantern Corps, I did an episode on that a couple months back too. And I'm for the Green Lantern movie, but I'm all for Shane Black coming in to direct the Green Lantern movie, where it's all space, little Earth, but mostly space. I don't want to see a Sinestro. I don't want to see no Red Lanterns. I don't want to see no other lanterns. I want to speak of other lanterns, but I want Sinestro to be a Green Lantern. And I want to see a Hal Jordan, and I want to see a John Stewart, freaking Lethal Weapon in space. That's what I want to see. And that's where I'm going with that one. I hear people talking about, oh man, they're gonna have like all these new Green Lanterns, and I don't want to see that. Just give me 2 of the Green Lanterns so we can see them and we can see them grow. I want to see a Sinestro, but I don't want to see him yellow yet. I want to see Sinestro. To me, Sinestro is the final battle. You know what I mean? So I would like to see, you know what? I'm brilliant. Here's the movie. So in the beginning of the Green Lantern movie, you're going to see Hal Jordan with his buddy cop, which is Sinestro, right? And Sinestro is pronounced dead. Now he has a new rookie cop that he has to train that is obviously from Earth, which is a John Stewart. Boom! In your face. That's how your boy J3 does it. I think that'd be great. That way we know Sinestro existed. He may be dead, but in that final battle, at the end of part 2, he's going to come to Hal Jordan, try to convince him to come to the Yellow Lanterns. He's going to say no, then you got a Yellow Lantern battle. Boom. This movie, Green Lantern, I would love to see the Manhunters. Something of a police origin that come down to hunt down these lanterns to stop and put order within the universe. And the Manhunters will be the perfect battle because you can go ham on them. They're robots, so you don't have to worry about guts and stuff like that, but you can really use your constructs and really wreck some shit. I love that idea. Next on the list is Batgirl. Everyone's like, Batgirl. I'm yay, but I'm also nay with this one. Because we don't need a Batgirl movie. We don't need a Batgirl movie. I don't know if you guys watched the Alan Moore, The Laughing Joke. What was that movie? I got it. Let me see. The Killing Joke. I said The Laughing Joke. The Killing Joke. Y'all all saw this one, right? And you put Batgirl in there, right? And she couldn't even serve up a normal henchman. I don't want to see a Batgirl movie because I don't want to see her on the ground. I can overcome this situation. I could be better. I could be the Bat. I don't want to see that. Just tasteful. I don't want to see that. I think they should just do it. If you're going to do a movie, you should just do a movie, like I said, that leads into Batman, where Batman gets kidnapped or captured, and Robin, you got Red Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and they're going for Batman. They're trying to find out where Batman at. I think that'd be a more fulfilling movie than Batman, and it should be called the Bat Family. Straight up, just make it the Bat Family. They come in and you have 2 Batman movies. You have a Batman movie in January. In the middle, you have the Bat Family, and then at the end, in the wintertime, in December, you have you have that Batman movie where Batman is in Arkham, he's captured, and the Bat family has located him at the same time, and Batman's trying to get out of Arkham while they're trying to get into Arkham. Something like that I think would be really epic within the same year. 3-part movie would be dope. So you can kind of knock 2 of those in 1 year. That'd be dope. You can speed it up, get to the punchline, because I understand Ben Affleck has some age on him, and a lot of people complain about that, because if you do a 10-year run with him, he's gonna start showing his age majorly, and you have to recast Batman. So it's better to kind of push it out really quick. Next one on the list is Suicide Squad 2. No! Absolutely not. And the reason why this is because the Joker's whack, Harley Quinn's whack, Deadshot's whack, Killer Croc's whack, Captain Boomerang's whack, freaking, who else was in that whack movie? Freaking Enchantress is whack. Who else was in there, man? It was a weak freaking El Diablo's whack. Trash. I don't want to see that, man. Nah, just scrap that. The Joker needs to die. Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker was terrible, and some people like it, and your boy J3 understands why they like it, and there ain't nothing wrong with liking it. But J3 don't like it. I know the Joker, and that ain't the Joker. I tell you guys. I tell you what, that ain't the Joker. Scrap Suicide Squad. Don't come out with Gotham Sirens. That's another no-no. We don't need any villains. You need to get your heroes correct first. Throw villains in there, so then when you give us a villain movie, it makes sense, because now they're free and they have a vendetta. Shout out to V for Vendetta for being an epic movie. Wonder Woman 2, of course I'm for that. Wonder Woman 2, I think will be just as good as Wonder Woman 1. In fact, even better, because Wonder Woman 1, what made Wonder Woman 1 so great is storytelling. But what really hurt your boy J3 in so many ways is because I understood that her mother, I came to understand this, because at first I was like furious. I was like, man, what the freak? They ain't talk about it. But I watched it 3 other times, and I started realizing her mother's lying to her. Jodie told me her mom was lying. They ain't telling the truth. All the gods are not dead, and I'm all for that. And I think Wonder Woman 2 will unlock so much about Wonder Woman's characters that I think would be really dope. So I would like to see Sophia Boutella in there as Cheetah, and I also would like to see Wonder Woman go head up with Cheetah and show her battle techniques, her physical aspect. Like, she's running it, she's a warrior. She's going head to head with somebody that can go head to head with her. Also, I would like to show her love for humanity and go against someone like Gigantus, something that doesn't care and careful and not careful at all, and destroys and destructive and big, and show her power strength, not her physical, her power, laying that big giant out. And there's only one giant that I think can take that role, and that's probably one of the biggest, tallest women in Hollywood, and that's Charlize Theron. So I would love to see that, those 2 women enter the Wonder Woman universe with Gal Gadot. I think that would be great. See Wonder Woman 2. Now I got 2 more movies left, and then I'll tell you what movies I think should be in there when I finish, and I'll give you a reason why. We got Justice League Dark. Okay, here we go. Justice League Dark, I think, will be great, but not for the movies. So in fact, yeah, I'm just disputing. Oh yeah, Justice League Dark will be great, but not for the movies. Those characters are so dope that they need a series, kind of like an HBO Watchmen series. I think Justice League Dark needs to be an HBO series that intertwines with the DCEU. That right there would be groundbreaking, because they can be nasty, they can be deadly, they can be bloody, they can be gory, they can do all that shit on HBO, and people will watch it and love it. Shout out to Game of Thrones for being all that. You put it in Justice League Dark, you got an epic movie. I mean, epic show. Run about 3 seasons, but those actors always are valid, because now you can do a Justice League Dark series, literally, and start off by telling each one of those members' story in a full-length hour and a half. Show Swamp Thing, Zatanna, freaking Deadman, Constantine, Etrigan. You can do all that and just show it right then and there. You know what I mean? And it will be great. It needs to be an HBO series, nothing less. As far as big movie, I'm not really feeling it. I want to see them in the movies, but not as a full-length film, because I think a 2-hour movie is not doing that any justice, because that's what killed this movie. If I can find it, there it is. That's what killed Justice League Dark, the movie. It killed Justice League Dark the movie because they didn't barely talk about Swamp Thing. They barely say anything about him. Etrigan didn't really get a backstory. Deadman was like, we got a lot of Constantine. And Zatanna was like, we don't know much about your father, Zatara. So, there you go. And then you can do in the series, you can have certain characters like Dr. Fate that appears, you know what I mean, comes in a couple episodes. You can have The Question show up because he will also have an HBO show that I think he needs to have. And they intertwine with the DCEU. It gives them leverage. Next is Flashpoint, y'all. Everybody's raving about this. They're saying, you know what? We're going to get a Flashpoint movie. And when we get that Flashpoint movie, guys, it's going to refresh everything. It's going to be epic. You would think J3 would be excited about this. But I'm going to tell you why I say nay to that idea. And it's not J3's fault why it's a nay. It's Wonder Woman's fault why it's a nay. The reason why. Because when they created Wonder Woman, they created a hope factor that Superman did not portray. And that's where Flashpoint is strong at. Because Superman's not in Flashpoint like that. But Wonder Woman is. And so is Aquaman. And you have these two characters that are going to take the void of Superman. If you do Flashpoint, guys, listen to me. First and foremost, you have to me, I don't like the style of the Flash. I don't like what they're making of the Flash. I don't like how they say we're gonna make him like this. Yes, he's gonna look cool, but that ain't the Flash to me. So you're gonna Flashpoint this guy, and that ain't tight. I don't see him trying to overcome situations and being better. I don't see it yet. So that's a nay on that part. And then Wonder Woman, guys. Y'all gotta remember, in Flashpoint, Wonder Woman's a freaking savage. She cut off Mira's head and threw it at Aquaman. Bruh! She's a beast. So you have this character that is loved. And you put her in Flashpoint. You can't do that with Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can't do that. If you do that, you're going to ruin everything about Wonder Woman 2. You're going to ruin everything about Wonder Woman because you're going to make her savage. And then we got to remember, then the little girls and all the women around the world looks up to Wonder Woman as that hope factor, that powerful woman entity no longer exists because she's a savage now. She's killing men. She's killing kids. She doesn't hold back. You can't put that in Flashpoint. Aquaman's also just as savage. Because you guys gotta remember, we're watching the end of the world. And Flash has to go back to fix it. You can't show that. If you show that, you're gonna ruin everything about Wonder Woman, and people are not going to want to see the DCEU anymore. Moving forward, Wonder Woman won't be able to have any films because everyone's gonna look at Wonder Woman like, oh my god, she's a murderer. Sorry, bad note, we see her. She in the movie, she didn't kill nobody. You know, I don't think that was Ares. I think that was Athena. Because Ares said, with the rope tied around him, not the god of war, I'm the god of truth. Guys are very deceiving. Shout out to Loki. But she stands for something. And Flashpoint is going to demolish that because it's another world. And she's going to be a killer. And Batman's going to be even more ruthless. And Harley Quinn and all, they're not going to do it. Flashpoint has to be completely rated R, maybe NC-17. Remember that. Because the movie's that dark and gory. I mean, she cut Mira's head off. You're going to show Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot have an epic sex scene, y'all. It has to go down. So everything they show is going to destroy everything that they built. Trying to build. So that Flashpoint's out the window. Throw that out the window, y'all. It ain't happening. I believe Warner Brothers just dropped these movies out so people can stop asking questions. Because they don't have a Flash movie. And I'm going to tell you exactly why they don't have a Flash movie. Because in my gut and soul tells me why they can't do a Flash movie. Ezra Miller, man. He's the reason why you can't do a Flash movie. Because the character that he is being, that Flash, you can't make a movie around him. He's whack. You can't make a movie around that. He's whack. Flash is hard to do a movie by itself. Because he's so damn fast. But then when you make him a coward, he only runs and pushes people. His villains are already C-rank, comical, loser type villains. So you can't make them too dark, because if you make them too dark, you got to put this Flash to the limit, which you don't want to do because he's for kids, because he's technically Beast Boy in disguise. It hurts. So the way they portrayed this Flash, Ezra, because he's the Flash, and that's what they told him to be, and he said, okay, I'm fine with that. They can't make a Flash movie. And that's why we don't have a Flash movie. So I think that's why he went on and said Flashpoint, because all the fans were saying this. We want a Flashpoint movie, we want a Flashpoint movie. They were saying all this, like, yada, yada, yada. So that's what I'm thinking on that. I think you can do a Flash movie, and if you want to do one, you want to probably start it with Wally West. You want to kind of, I think what should happen is in Justice League, the Flash goes back in time, and goes back so fast that he ends up stuck in time. Yes, sir. Because they did say they was going to bring in Iris. And then he takes his Thunderbolt and hits a Wally West. Now you got Wally West. Ezra's out the picture. We got a movie. So you have a new Flash. It's done. We don't need a Flashpoint to do that. Now, the 2 movies, well, actually, I counted out 3. I thought it was going to be only 6, but the 3 movies I think they should bring to screen, y'all. Man of Steel, of course. It shouldn't be called Man of Steel. It should be called The Man of Tomorrow or something like that. Superman. Give him... I wasn't going to give him another chance, but I'm going to give him another chance. Give Henry Cavill another chance. I would love to see that. I think on just a limb, just on some fly shit, just go ahead and just say F it. I would love to see... Well, you already got Shazam, so you already kind of got some of that. You got Hawkman. Everyone's saying, I don't want to see a Cyborg movie, but I wouldn't mind seeing a Teen Titan film. I think Teen Titans would be kind of dope. That's where you can use Deathstroke in there. You can really use Deathstroke in there. You can put a Nightwing up on the pedestal and give him some shine with the Teen Titans, and I can see my girl Starfire. And they better make her of age. I don't want to see a kid Starfire at all. Yeah, preview like how they showed Diana when she was a little girl around. That's perfectly fine. I like the way they showed. What was it? What was the last one they came out with? They got too many movies. Teen Titans, the Judas Contract. I like the way they showed the introduction. They were kids. I love that. Show me that, but then show them grown. I would love to see that. I would like to see just another DC movie, just on some other shit that has something to do with it, but it's just different. And I think Hawkman and Hawkgirl would be winner. Okay, all right, no Hawkman, Hawkgirl, fine. If don't talk for me, weak. I don't know, guys. You guys y'all fill in that void. What would y'all like to see? People say Blue Beetle and stuff like that, but I don't want to see Jaime's Blue Beetle. I want to see Theodore, and I want to see him with Plastic Man. You know what I mean? Or you know, Booster Gold or something like that. I want to see that. But I think those shows would be great if they put the money behind them on HBO. I think those are comical characters that you can put in those type of worlds. I think they'd be really dope like that. Maybe if you fix the Flash, put the Flash movie in there. I would love to see a Flash movie. And then also go ahead and say F it and put a Brave and the Bold together. Put a Green Lantern and a Flash movie. You choose which Flash you want to use. You use John Stewart, you throw in Wally West, and I think that'd be great. You have another lethal weapon, but it'd be very fulfilling because we'll all love to see. We'll all love to see how they put those together. Solo films, Batman, of course. You got Man of Steel. You have Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman. Introduction of the Martian. I don't think the Martian needs his own movie, but I would love to see the Martian in the Brave and Bold film. That'd be something unique. If they don't put Martian in Justice League, have it where the Martian communicates with Green Lantern, and Green Lantern uses the Flash to help the Martian Manhunter to introduce him to Superman. Now you have Justice League 2. Now you have a beastie Martian Manhunter, and then you could throw in freaking Green Arrow. You could throw in Huntress. You could throw all the motherfuckers. The sky's the limit with DC. But just to get the core together, this is what I feel about this slate. I think it's bullcrap. I honestly don't believe half of it. But if they were to do it, that's what's up. Suicide Squad, stay away from. Gotham Sirens, Cyborg, Flashpoint, Justice League Dark, stay away from those. You don't need them. Batgirl, you don't need it, but you can call it a Bat Family and add in the rest of them. I think that'll be dope. Trying to say Batman or something like that. But shout out to Team J3 for hanging with your boy, man. You guys are the greatest, man. I can't wait for me to get off this probation so I can come back and start doing live streams with you guys, man. I love doing live streams with you guys. You guys are the greatest, man, for real. On everything, you guys are the greatest, for real, man. It's sad, but it is what it is. Thank you everybody that joined your boy J3 today. That's my 2 cents. If you guys got any disagreements, put in the comments down below. You know how we do it. Tell me what you guys think. If you guys agree with me, if you don't. If you do, put it down. If you don't, put it down. Thumbs this video up, guys. Shout out to my Patreon family. You guys are the greatest. They basically donate to J3 Entertainment and help this boat float. Shout out to Team J3 for donating. You guys are the freaking greatest. Love every bit of it. Man, you guys are amazing. Oh my gosh. I never knew that I could find a family that's not my own, that I made. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are great. I love you guys. Thumbs this video up. Subscribe to J3 Entertainment. Push that notification button. If you haven't already, do it now, because that basically gives you notifications when your boy drops something, and when I go live, you guys will be the first to know your boy J3 is live, and you guys can watch J3, because I'm gonna try to think of something special to do for you guys. All right, guys, that's it. That's the episode, guys. That's my 2 cents about this new DCEU slate. I think most of it's crap, but if they were to do it, that's how J3 would put it together. All right, here we go, guys. What else I got? J3 out.